We know you have important decisions to make today beyond just the vote for president. Ballots also have races for United States representatives, state senators, state reps, the race for the Oklahoma County Sheriff, also a state question to retain 3 state Supreme Court justices. You'll have a question there along with 2 state questions. We want to better explain State Question 833. Now, bear with me here. If approved, this would allow cities in Oklahoma to establish a public infrastructure district, a PID, through a special tax fund that uses property taxes to develop a specific area. I know it's kind of convoluted. All of the property owners in that tax district would sign a petition and it would go in front of city council for a vote. State Question 834 is also on the ballot. If this one is approved, it would amend the state constitution. It would change the wording from all American citizens can vote in state elections to only American citizens. That change would show up in the state constitution. By the way, under current state law, it is a felony for a non-citizen to register to vote in Oklahoma. And Commitment 2024 coverage continues, and we are committed to getting you ready to vote today.
This entire election season, we have interviewed dozens of state house and Senate candidates, so you are ready to make a choice today. And tonight, we're focused on the state Senate race in District 46. That district covers parts of downtown and southeast part of Oklahoma City, as well as parts of Del City. Well, this race has 3 candidates. We asked them about a big topic this election season, Oklahoma education, State Superintendent Ryan Walters, and if they support him and his agenda.
I've not seen anything on his agenda that I support. And as best I can tell, his entire agenda is just politics. I think, unfortunately, he came into this job running for governor, and he has just tried to be on the news and the front page of the paper every day, and he's managed to do it, and not in a good way. I think that obviously, and I don't say this lightly, I think that the dereliction of duty that he has overseen at the department rises to the level of impeachment and possible removal.
His agenda is actually not very clear on what it is for education in the state of Oklahoma. He has a lot of moves and interests that don't necessarily speak to the Department of Education as a whole, but really to him personally and his religious beliefs. So I would be interested to see what he actually thinks about education in the state of Oklahoma and where we're at. I myself went to public school. I went to the University of Oklahoma, which is a state school, and I believe that it's a pillar in my life and where I am today. And it seems like a lot of current Oklahoma students and future Oklahoma students won't have as great of an opportunity to be successful in the direction that we're going right now.
I do support Ryan Walters and his agenda. First of all, removing pornographic media from the schools. They have no place in the schools, especially not in younger children. They are grooming kindergartners and first and second graders into a lifestyle separation of church and state. That is not accurate. Separation of church and state means the government stays out of the church. It does not mean the church stays out of government.
And be sure to check out our election coverage and all of the resources that we have so you can make an informed decision. Our election guide is online right now. Just head over to KOCO.com. And the Stipp family casting their ballots this morning.
KOCO Shelby Montgomery was there, and she has a look at the governor's message to Oklahomans today.
Hey everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Governor Kevin Stitt and his wife greeted at his polling place, and with no line, they walked right in.
Hi.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
They grabbed their ballots and made their choices. Governor Stitt encouraging Oklahomans to do the same.
Absolutely, your vote matters. And like I said before, being engaged in this process is such a civic duty that we all have as Americans. And so just get out, vote.
Thousands of Oklahomans have done their civic duty, with more than 100 lining up at this polling place before the doors even open.
Every 4 years as Americans, we get to come in and we get to choose our leaders.
And for those who may be hesitant for safety reasons, Stitt says law enforcement is out.
We've got highway patrol, we've got our municipal police officers. We are making sure that we are secure at all of our locations. We have Protect OK app up and running that I really encourage Oklahomans to download. I've got that downloaded on my phone. And if you see something, we want you to say something. Let's not let fear bother anybody from getting out.
And while we may not know who wins by tonight, Stitt hopes Oklahoma can lead by example.
I'm just hoping that all the other states are as good as Oklahoma and they'll actually have the results done like we do. Because all of our early voting, all of our absentee votes, we've already counted them at the election board. So they've been counted and they hold those numbers until the polls close.
And your vote matters, no matter the outcome.
Regardless of the outcome, we're all Americans, we're all Oklahomans.
Shelby Montgomery, KOCO 5 News.